The truth about being alone. Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning to everyone who's watching. I want to talk about the truth of being alone. Uh, it's a big topic, you know. It's not something that can be just said in a couple of words and you can feel better by just listening to some easy quote. Being alone stems from a very like afflicted and affected childhood. It comes from the fact that you don't feel accepted, you don't feel supported, you don't feel encouraged, you don't feel appreciated. And being alone is not the feeling that you have a lot of people around you and you're fine. No, it's the inner battles that we face within ourselves that really affect us and, in fact, shape the way we go through our lives and the way we form relationships as well. Uh, what I've seen is that being alone hurts, and it's very different from being motivated. It's very different from being disciplined. It's very different from being working towards yourself. Being alone is difficult. And what you need to realize is that human beings, we are naturally needing of communication. We naturally need things to keep us going. And the way we can fix feeling alone is that if we're consistently engaged in an activity, then we're fine. We're okay because we have our focus some way or another. But what's important is that you must know the way to battle feeling alone is to understand that your mind creates its own problems. The reason and the purpose of your mind is to solve. And if it doesn't have anything to solve, it's going to find something to solve. And when it means that it's going to find, it's going to create problems to solve. And that's the ugly truth about being alone. That's the darkness about feeling lonely. It's trying to battle the inner problems, the questions that your mind creates, the anxiety, the depression of the past, the worry for the future. These are things that we battle on a daily basis that makes us feel alone. And once you learn to accept it, you learn to accept that, you know what, okay, this is my reality. You know, I am alone. When you accept that, you will naturally lessen your expectations for things around you. When you start accepting that, yeah, you know what, like, people don't talk to me. Okay, I don't have any friends. Or I don't have a partner that I want in my life. Or the people who are around me, they don't like me, or I'm unable to make friends the way I want them to. My environment's horrible. If you accept these things, you will naturally be able to look forward. The reason why we stay stuck in being alone is because we're unable to process what's happening to us. And that's natural because we're social animals. But the thing is, if you learn to accept something, you allow it for a place to start growing. Once you accept your situation, not just being alone, but any situation in life, you can start building the steps to change that situation. Once you are aware that my mind creates problems that don't exist, you will naturally get better at dealing with situations that come at you. So, there is a beauty alongside this in being alone. And that beauty is very difficult to find. We say it's nice to be alone, but the truth is, it's very different. How do we find the beauty in being alone? We find the beauty in being alone by firstly accepting, and secondly, looking for something that keeps us engaged. And it could be anything. It could be reading a book, it could be conversing to an AI chatbot, it could be playing piano, it could be doing some music, it could be writing, art, it could be anything. It could be running, going to the gym. Once you start engaging your mind in a place that helps it challenge itself, you will naturally stop feeling alone. This is the very essence of how you need to play that brain game. That is how you need to play your mind. You need to give it something to solve. And when you give it something productive to solve, it's going to make your life more productive. If you give it something negative to solve, your life's going to become more negative. So accept that situation. That yes, I am alone, but there are ways that I can battle that. And that is by keeping myself engaged in things that actually make me feel at home. What makes you feel at home? Question yourself. What makes me feel happy? Question yourself. What makes me feel safe? Question yourself. And when you ask yourself these three questions, you are already programming your mind to solve that question. And naturally, that yep, chitter chatter that's going on in the back of your head, that I'm alone and I'm not happy and I'm sad and everything, will now get pushed by something that's actually effective. And now you're going to be focusing on hobbies that you actually like, and it's gone. And then the moment you think about it, it comes back again. So you see, being alone has its beauty. It makes you push into things that you can look for because you're free. You're alone and you're free. And when you accept that, and when you channel your brain, which has its purpose to create problems, into solving problems which are good, you will succeed. You will succeed from that feeling of feeling alone. You do not need to attach yourself to people. You don't need to attach yourself to situations. You don't need to define yourself through what happens to you. You can be alone and be free and give your chitter chatter to something that will make it much bigger and better. That's the truth about being alone.